Hi folks, Humanitys. Um, it's the last review of, and the last review is of the Alice Striker with Crankcase. Unlike all the other figures I had, this figure in particular is a very different figure overall. It has, I like to call it Franken-Joe, basically. It has many pieces of many other figures that make up the overall figure. It has the waist of a Cobra. It has parts of Shipwreck. It has parts of Breaker from the comic pack. It has Duke's arms, which is not the best thing in the world to have. And yeah, he's pretty much Franken-Joe. And you can see by his elongated helmet that yeah, he is like a Franken-Joe. But overall, he's actually pretty good. You know, yeah, he's just a vehicle there. And here's the ironic thing. Let's show it to you right now why it's the most ironic thing. He has a knife. It came packed with a knife apparently. Unlike the Cobra Driver where you can actually fit it in, he didn't have. I don't know why, but just never figured to pack it back in. The figure overall is, you know, like I said, it's like pretty much putting in the worst aspects of each figure, and pretty much coming up with something that that's not even worth buying by itself. What's interesting is they packed it in with one of the best figures, one of the best vehicles not for the GI Joe figures, for the GI Joe figures, and that is the Striker. Now the Striker is actually just a straight up is actually just a straight up re-release. There's nothing different about this release from the last. Um, Obviously, if I remember correctly, this is where they would move the cannon around. It had like a little hose right here where you would like that's where you would move the figure. And it has two pegs on the bottom of them, so you can fit more figures on the side. So let's fit everybody in. See how it looks. Alright. Crankcase likes to be different sometimes. But once you get them in, that's pretty good. You don't need a knife, you don't need a helmet. We're going with them helmets. So, so weird. Sorry. Um, so, Breaker looks like, I don't call him Breaker. Crankcase looks pretty good right here in, the other vehicles. So, there's one thing I've noticed about this figure. It has suspension. I don't know if you can see right here, but see how the back. I don't know if you can see it, but the back is actually spring. And it has some pretty. It makes some interest, and the this part right here actually swivels left and right. So it looks like some sort of. It's like a dune buggy basically. So put it right there. So let's try fitting other figures. This is Scarlet. Let's see if she should be technically she should be able to fit into this vehicle. So let's see if she can fit in here. So she fits in there pretty good. How about the side? Uh, yeah, here Flash. So let's put him in there. You gotta play around with these basically until they actually fit. What I had to do was like I had to put them in ballerina style, like positions for them to fit into those pegs. Mm. There's Breaker. As you can see, feet are sort of weird for him to accommodate for being in that, for putting that his feet right there on that peg. So finally put General Hawk in there. Using some confirmation that this is indeed Hawk. So there you go. Four Joes fit in there actually pretty decently. Um, which just you can see how it moves with suspension, but it looks pretty good so far. Um, this is indeed like this was one of the more surprising figures because I was a dumb little kid when I was a kid when these first came out, and I didn't really pay that much attention to them. But now that I'm older and I'm much more wiser, I feel like as if this figure is indeed one of the best figures that for the Joes. This is like the best vehicle they got. You know, it fits a lot of people in there, and it fit pretty good. Um, they accommodate the 25th designs pretty good as well. Fortunately, the only thing I can say bad is that Breaker, I call this guy Breaker maybe because of the head. That Crankcase, his head is just ginormous, and he shares a lot of other bad pieces that he has. And that the figures in order to fit them here on the side have to be like in ballerina poses basically, so for them to fit. So overall, I give this an 8 out of 10 basically. The design is not really that imaginative. I do like the colors, and I do like I like it overall, but he's not as good as his tank or any other tanks that or any other vehicles that's been released. Definitely much better than the night than the shark. I guess to give you guys like the meta review, basically ranking from worst from best to worst, it's got to be the his tank, the owl striker, and then the shark at dead last. Um, these will be perfect. These are perfect vehicles for anybody that's waiting for the vehicle release late this. I think according to Big Bad Toy Store, they say in July. So for anyone waiting for those vehicles, these are great alternatives for them. But personally, I rather wait for the actual vehicles to be released. So that about wraps it up for me for these vehicles and these sets. I'll be making more videos later of reviews and of comments about GI Joe. Any comments? Just drop me a line drop me a line here on YouTube. You can comment on this. Just don't be rude. Don't be just don't do any stupid videos. That's all I ask for response. Overall, all criticism is welcome. So I guess I'll see y'all later. Okay? Yo, Joe.